Ah, the occasional disconnect. Fun stuff. What do you do? If you give me, like, gear or something, you do. Is it for level 5? It is. Elkin, if so, I have urgent need of your assistance. See, I was preparing for the forthcoming auguries when I found, to my great embarrassment, that we lacked the request of my favorite, though I'm always gonna kinda, like, lean to loving Verdania because it was my first choice. As I started with Dragoon, or Lancer. If it was not too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you could resupply us in time for the ceremony. Scarlet oil can be harvested from ladybugs, such as those found near the Bannock. 6 of the vialkin should yield the necessary amount. Pray return to me as soon as you have it. Where's... oh, they're back here. Okay, Medell. You seek the secrets of Conjurer adventure, then search no longer, for you have found your way to the Conjurer's Guild. Is at Mion's request that you come? Then allow me to provide you with an overview of what it is to be a conjurer. Conjuring is the art of healing and purification. Its practitioners harness the power of nature that they might bring about change in the form of spells. Primitive magic, such as once wrought by the individuals known as mages, meaning those with the ability to manipulate aether, has existed since the dawn of time. It was not until some 5 centuries ago that conjuring emerged from this shapeless agglomeration interesting, of spells and charms, an event which led to the founding of Gridania. In those dark days, the elements would not suffer man's presence in the Twelveswood, forcing our forebears to make their homes beneath the earth in the great subterranean city of Gelmora. But their desire to settle in the Twelveswood continues to burn fiercely, time and again, and they sought to curry the elements' favor. Unlike men and other creatures bound to the temples of flesh, the elements are beings of pure aether. Recognizing this, the mages of Eld reasoned that their talent for etheric manipulation might allow them to commune with these theretofore enigmatic entities. That was a mouthful. It took 5 long decades, but our forebears finally succeeded. Their reward? The elementals' permission to dwell in the Twelveswood. So it was that the nation of Gridania was born. Since that time, the elementals have taught us to live as one with nature, speaking of all Gridanians through the hearers, those mages who are able to commune with them. And for their intimacy with the elementals, the hearers would go on to attain greater mastery over the forces of nature. Thus did they conceive the art of conjuring. I hope this has helped you gain a greater understanding of the Conjurer's Guild. Should you wish to delve further into the mystery of conjuring, then I urge you to consider joining our ranks. I can begin your initiation whenever you desire. Call upon me when you're ready to take the first step. Oh, I knew it was going to be a lot of reading, and I knew it was going to be a pain in the butt. Is your mind made up? Are you ready to join the Conjurer's Guild? I am. Are those raisins? Oh, look, raisins. That is well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Isumi Yan. Brother Isumi Yan presides over the Conjurer's Guild, and as he serves the nation as a hearer, you will find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make it known your desire to join the guild. Now, I know this is stupid, but they're in class, and I feel really bad running through here like an idiot. And I know it's not real, but I can't. Okay. Greetings, adventurer. I'm told you wish to become a conjurer of Stillglade fame. I am Brother Isumi Yan, master of this guild. I hope I'm not disconnecting. Before you are formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart to you the principles of conjuring. Pray attend me well. Conjuring is an arcane art that takes life in the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations wherein a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjuring than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression is more than compensates for its relative shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, but you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Yep, that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing. But worry not, for the meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. You will come to understand that conjuring is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must needs ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and the 12 wood alike. Can you make this vow? Yes. No problem. I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. And so to work. Listen well now, for I would assign you your first task as a conjurer of the Stillglade fame. Just beyond the city gates you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungwars. I would have you slay 3 of each. Lest you wonder how I can so coolly order the taking of life, know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and, I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the 12's wood, a burden it cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forest. And by employing your powers in so doing, you will come to learn something of your art. Go now, Scarlet, and perform your first task in the name of the elementals. Alright, just sort of, where's the place? How do I get up here? Okay, now I can run. Now, the other place it wanted me to go was the markets, so let's, we'll travel back to the Aetherite Plaza. I know, and it's a quick respawn rate, too. I saw that too. That's funny. Hello, Dark. How you doing? I always get turned around when I come here. This, no, this way. This way. Oh. And we're actually both here because he's off to me. Hi. I'm good, thank you. I went the wrong way. I went down to the Blue Badger gate. Nice. Sprint it is. And I'll be retooling a lot of my bars because I'm used to my buttons being in a very specific place. Yeah, I figured this is probably going to go another hour and 10-15 minutes. You know, because I figure people got, you know, barbecues and fireworks and things to get to today, but this is all that's planned today. Yep, we're going to do some early Final Fantasy stuff and kind of let people who haven't played it before see what it's all about a little bit. We'll probably continue with this character at some point. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsemontre, master of the markets? Do you think you can stroll in here, bold as you please, and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant does not for naught, especially when dealing with the would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry my favor, then I might reconsider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mion's handiwork, and more specifically, her baking. Don't look so surprised, lass. I smelled that eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. There you go. That flaky crust. Just divine. Very well. I'm a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than the rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you'd best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods are the province of Rosewood Stalls, directly to the south of here. You will be pleased to learn that the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. If it is potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the Ebony Stalls. The shelves there are lavishly stocked by widely traveled Ul'dan merchants, and I may truly say that they have seen things amongst their myriad of wares, I assume, that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? First step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with the price and profit. There's little more I can teach you here with mere words. Go pursue the stalls and see for yourself what wares they offer. There's no substitute for first-hand experience, after all, and I'm weary of talking. Unless you have another eel pie? It is super good. Okay, so, by the by, if you're on the PS4 using the controller on your computer, the middle touchpad button is the one that cycles through all the things on your window, the prompts, your chat window, your mini-map, and anything else that might come up. Took me forever to figure that out, and it was a pain in the butt. The market board here is your basic auction house. That's how you buy and sell things to other players. Right outside here is this is actually a vault you can click on when you're part of an FC. It's your guild bank. This is where you'll eventually hire a retainer, which is it's more or less your personal bank. You actually make and create a small side character that holds your stuff for you, and you'll summon them using this bell. But you have to get to a certain point in the story quest to unlock those. And so you've got all your different merchants here. Oh, he has a quest. I locked you out. Oh, goodness. Okay, the master of the markets, whatever, what does you want me to do? Huh. Taking my previous explanation did not suffice to sate your curiosity. Very well, if you wish to know more of the markets, I shall give you a practical education, free of charge. As a master of the markets, I entertain many requests. This order, from the whalers, for example, but I delegate their fulfillment to my hirelings, that I might tend to such tasks as I alone am capable of performing. For your personal betterment, I shall delegate the fulfillment of this particular request to you. I bid you search the stalls for a bone spearhead, a pot of beeswax oil, and a length of brambleweed rope, and deliver them to Sanguilid of the Lancers Guild. There is much and more occasion to seek it, and the coin to procure it. However, as my representative, you need only offer my name as payment. None will deny me. In fact, my task and you gain priceless mercantile experience. Why, I should rightly charge you, and the terms will stand. Deliver the goods, and she may even see fit to reward you. Okay, so see on the mini-map, the little, weird arrow things will show you where to go and who to talk to. Got discerning eyes, missed the craftsmanship. Truly something, ain't it? Perfect for scaring any manner of porcelain-tread. Gods, if I never hear that bloody name again, it'll be too soon. And there I was, thinking I might make guild today. Here, take the damn brambleweed rope. Let's see. Over here. Manfred, you say? To what do we owe the pleasure of your company today, milady? May I take this opportunity to say that it is an honor and a privilege to serve you. But you must have your beeswax oil without delay. Yes, yes. Feel free to take as much as you require, and you will, of course, inform Master Porcelain that I was only too happy to accommodate his needs. Yes? Sorry, lass, we ain't open yet. Oh, one of Porcelain Tread's? Well, and what was it you said you wanted? A bone spearhead? Ah, here she is. Take it and tell the bastard we're square. There's a reasonable amount of swearing in this game. Nothing crazy, but, you know. Alright, Lancers Guild is up this way. And I went the wrong way.
What?
That was funny. Alright, let's sprint. I gotta rekey that because it's bugging me that it's right there. It is worth noting once you reach level 10 you can swap to any job, though you cannot leave your city-state until you finish the story quest at level 15. And you can be every job, including all of the crafting and gathering ones. Placed my order a short time ago, yet here all the items are I requested. Truly, Master Porcelain Tread is every bit as resourceful as they say. You are fortunate to work under such a man. You would do well to mold yourself in his image if you have any aspirations as a merchant. Well, that was quick and easy. So let's attune to this and then... That chick's name is Yuki Onna. What are you? I must know. Highlighting a character and hitting square will give you this list for quick emote, marking, focusing, examining. Bard. Level 65 Bard. Okay. Back to the plaza. So we're going to venture out into the world finally. And first and foremost, I'm going to move my spell over because I'm used to having it on a different button. And I will show you how to do that with the controller. So in order to cast spells on the PlayStation, you hold down either L or R, and you can highlight, you can do cross. That's the thing that I enabled earlier, is this cross action hotbar thing, so that you can like put your cooldowns and things on these other bars. To redo your buttons, you hold down whatever you're going to. You hit the middle pad button, you select the spell or whatever you want to move, and then tell it where you want it to go. That's it. What does this person have to say? Newly come to Gridania, are you? In search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you to speak with Chancellor of the God's Quiver. You can find him standing vigil before Archer's Guild. Creatures of the 12s would have been behaving most unnaturally as of late, and it has fallen to the gods of the Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, we seek able adventurers to supplement their ranks. I'm certain your offer will be well received. Well, let's go grab that real quick, because he's probably going to make me murder the same amount of ladybugs as everybody else. Because apparently they are just the worst. Oh, see, I tried to hit my hotkey that I'm used to being on. And if you want to delete a spell off your hotbar, hit it twice, and it will delete it. They are the worst, absolute worst. Bernadette sent you to me? Well, inexperienced or not, if you wish to prove your worth to the people of Gridania, you were right to come. You do wish to prove yourself, do you not? And he wants me to... Let's see. Ordinarily, the forest funguars that inhabit the central shroud are not more than a nuisance. However, we have received reports of vast clouds of the creature's spores that have rendered parts of the 12-wood impassable and ruined crops besides. Periodically call the funguar population in order to prevent such occurrences, but the creatures have taken to spawning out of season, making it ever more difficult to keep their numbers in check. Though this is indeed a troubling development, the God's Quiver has more pressing concerns and can ill afford to waste time on the funguars. If you wish to prove yourself, go to the central shroud, exterminate 6, blah blah blah. Let's go. Yes, it's the same exact bunch of stuff. I'm not going to do that because if I get caught on a loading screen, that might actually take longer than money. I could have just jumped back over, but... Especially around expansion time, like right now, sometimes the loading screens are longer than just running around when it's the next closest shard. So let's go turn into Mjorn, and I think she's going to tell me I can't get my next quest until level 4. Which we'll get without a problem. In case you're wondering, the little tiny plant next to my name is the thing that shows me that I'm a novice. And somebody who is a mentor will have a crown. But I warn you, a lot of the people who wear the mentor crown are not actually that friendly. I'm not saying don't approach them and don't ask questions, but I am saying that I tend to run into them as being jerks more than others. The conquering hero returns. You have completed my little tasks, I trust? The 3 locations you visited will feature prominently in your life as an adventurer. It is best you grow familiar with them as soon as possible. And you took the time to listen to the woes of the citizenry? I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to lend your talents to one and all, no matter how trivial the matter may seem. I am thankful that you are an obliging sort, Scarlet. It is adventurers like you who will win the hearts of the locals and pave the way for those who follow. I pray Gridania can rely on your aid once. Yeah, okay. So it should be red here. So when it's red like this, you can look at the quest and it will tell you over here on the side, requires the level or whatever. So that you know when you can come back, but the little guide in the top will help you. That this person's icon means that it's somebody who played for a long time and then took like a 3-month or more break and came back. They're a returning adventurer. this person's icon up ahead, Coco Koro, their icon means they're AFK. There's an icon that goes next to the name for almost everything. If you're queued in a dungeon, you can see that the person's queued. If they're disconnecting, you can see that they're disconnecting. Which I actually think is a really cool feature. Okay, battle. Oh, we got Kier, so let's put Kier back over here where it goes. And time to fight. Let me know if the battle stuff is too loud. I think I turned it down. Help me. Yes, that is another thing everybody gets credit if they hit the monster. The first person that hits it, their bar will be red to show that you got the first hit. But, we'll see when he hits it, it'll turn pink if he's gonna attack it. See, it turns pink, but I will still get credit if I hit it. I don't know if I did, though. Yeah, it looks like I did. Killed... Yeah, I thought I did, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be... You just never know, especially with casting and stuff. They can be... If I had to adjust that slightly. Okay. So there's our ladybugs. Let's go get our funglars. I don't need any more ladybugs. Go away, quest icon. That little Q over their head means... Oh, I actually do have to kill more ladybugs. That little Q means that they're for a quest today. There's a lot of little markers over. Oh, and another thing, here next to their level, there's a little blue icon. That means that they're like a neutral. They're not going to attack you until you attack them. I forgot I also had to get the Scarlet Warrior. I don't usually pick up side quests, but we will need the gear, so. One more. Stone used to apply the debuff heavy to enemies. It does not any longer. Heavy being the same as like slow in other games. Slow actually means it reduces their haste in this game. Look, Spoda man, you can help me. Six of these total. Not much. Line of sight, stupid fungal. They're so cool. They're fine and terrifying looking things. Okay. All quests fulfilled. So back to the town. But we just left there. It's okay. Turning all this stuff in should get us to level 4, and then I think she'll send us out. All right. I'm going to delete all these from my hotbar because I don't want it there. Then I'm going to put it back. Now it's where it's supposed to be. I've got to go to the Conjurer's Guild now. Okay. And the Lancers. Right? Yeah, that took a long time to get used to, though. Okay, he was thanking me, blah, blah. Okay, so now, go to your character screen when you get new gear. You can click recommended gear, and it'll show what you can change that is an improvement. And you just tell it to equip it. Hello, Swag. That's awesome. Are you enjoying it so far? I better check to make sure. If you go and take a pointer over here with the middle button to your quests, you can click the second thing and it will show you on your map where it wants you to go. This is the Conjurer's Guild. You're right, they both wanted to be at the... Okay, so they're both at the Conjurer's Guild. Fantastic. Oh, you haven't started yet. Okay. Yeah, I really enjoy this game quite a bit. I started a new character just to try to give a few little pointers because it can be very confusing. I say as it took me 2 years to grasp how to play the game. It is an excellent game. I obviously play it on PS4, but it's good on both. I prefer it with the controller, though. Yes, I got your scarlet oil. Okay, yes, everything appears to be in order. Ceremony may proceed as planned. I am grateful to the elements for delivering us to you. Praise us, small token of our appreciation. Let's get these gloves. Yay, ding. See this person with the squiggly line in the circle? They are disconnecting from the server. Ooh, I like that. That's a good celebration right there. Welcome back. The elements told me of your success by placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing with Conjurer's eyes. You've taken the first step along the path to enlightenment, healing, protection, and destruction. Our spells vary in function. They can all deliver power to the same source. The force is embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon him to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah, yes, yours is a familiar look. The very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray receive me this hunting log. Within you will find the names of such creatures that would pose a suitable challenge for a conjurer. There is no single path to mastering conjuring, yet should you find yourself needing direction, know that this log is there to guide you. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the myriad of life around you and draw upon the boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you with the self-same ease you draw upon those within. The next will be at level 5. Thank you for the raisins. Okay, so, the hunting log, if you go up here to logs, the hunting log will show you, you can click over here and you can see, like, these, the ladybugs are my first hunting log. They're in the central shroud. Brown squirrels in the north shroud. Central shroud for the funglar. And it will just, I think all of them are in the shroud for the first part, but then eventually, as you level up and it levels up, it sends you to other places to kill other stuff. But it's a great way to help fill in gaps in leveling, because they're worth a decent amount of experience. Yes, that icon definitely, you'll know when you're lagging for sure, because you'll start seeing that you're disconnecting. You won't always actually disconnect, but it shows you. Okay, so let's go back to the Aetherite Plaza. And pick up our story quest. L1 is auto run with the controller. Oh, I'm going to the innkeeper like I have it. Yeah, so that's what that was. Okay, Scarlet, have you visited the Bannock on your wanderings? It is a training ground found just outside the city where the soldiers of the Order of the Twin Adder are drilled in swordplay and other martial arts. Or martial, I didn't catch the word, I hit the button. I mention this because an acquaintance of mine, a gentleman by the name of Galfred, is an instructor there, and I think you may be of use to him. Go and introduce yourself and find out if there's anything you can do to help. Mind you, do not stray far from the path. The Twelveswood is no place for merry strolls through the underbrush. Alright. You guys have anything good? Yeah, we'll take it. She's eating metal. Okay, spare staff from the spices. I'm sorry, soul and cheese pizza. You know what? That's great. I'm not reading your side quest. You... Hey girl, you seem unoccupied. And she's also sending me to the band for something. I'm all about some grilled food, I'll tell you what. Oh, and we got arrow, so let's put that where it belongs. And off we go. Okay, so now you see these weird little icons over the ground squirrels. That means they're part of the hunting law. Well, that largely depends on, I say pick whatever race you like the most, because every race can be every job and whatever, so that's more limited to what you prefer. As far as classes go, I can tell you that Conjurer is the only one that starts as a healer. Gladiator and Marauder are the ones that start as tanks, and the rest are DPS. So it definitely, you know, depends on kind of what sort of thing you're into there. It's never enough. Alright, so is that all our ladybugs? Yes, okay. Well, I can tell you that tank frequently is the one that has the call to arms. When you get like random dungeons and things, there is like a call to arms thing in this game where it'll say, hey, adventurers, we need tanks for short-handed. And you'll get a bonus for it. It's almost always tanks that have that. It's occasionally healers, but it's pretty much always tanks. But tanking is mildly frustrating, I guess, to get used to. It's kind of weird if you're not, even if you are experienced in tanking in other MMOs, getting used to how it works in this game can take a little bit. I'm not trying to deter you, I'm just warning you that don't give up right away if you're like, why does this seem difficult? You'll get there. Healers probably the second most needed, but generally speaking, there's pretty much room, you know what I mean, everywhere, because raids are 8-man, 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS. And dungeons are 4 players. So it's 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. Okay. Yes, is when a requested stranger is expecting someone who has more experience. That's fine, just give me my stuff. Okay, next time we go back to the city, we'll pick up our first conjure quest. Okay, my name is Galfred. I am responsible for training our twin adder recruits. Thank you for volunteering your assistance. The Twelveswood has much changed since the calamitous arrival of the Seventh Umbral Era 5 years ago. The power of the elemental wanes, and the harmony of the forest gives way to chaos. A great abundance of life has been lost as the strong run rampant, stifling the weak and the new sprung. Though it may not appear so to the eyes of an outsider, the Twelveswood is ailing, its once rich variety of fading memory. For the citizens of Gridania, the restoration of the forest is a sacred duty, and it is my hope that adventurers such as you will offer aid in their struggle. Listen to their requests and do all you can. May the elementals bless your endeavors, Scarlet Thorn. Alright, so we'll pick up the next quest, which is... You're eager to lend a hand, that is well, but I cannot in good conscience send you to the forest until you establish that your equipment is equal to the task. It bears repeating that in the 5 years since the dawn of the Seventh Umbral Era, many of the Twelveswood creatures have transformed into vicious, bloodthirsty monsters. Venturing into the forest without proper gear is a tantamount to suicide. I suggest you take some time to evaluate your equipment. Once you deem your armor to be sufficient quality, present yourself to me for inspection. So this quest is one that I always get stuck on because I don't typically have the gear to equip. Oh my god, that hat and those gloves. Please help me. Okay, so equipping just those two things, you're going to send me... This quest is so broken. You used to have to equip it in every single slot that it said. Now anymore I equip like 1 or 2 things and they're like, it's fine. I don't get it. Whatever. Your equipment hours should provide the edge, blah blah blah, yes. Storyteller mode. Okay, Scarlet, by your tireless efforts you have proven yourself a friend to Gridania. I believe you can be trusted with sensitive intelligence. I would assign you a mission of considerable import, yet the need for secrecy prevents me from disclosing its details until I have pledged your participation. I am authorized to tell you only that it concerns suspicious activity in the Twelveswood. Say that you will lend us your aid, and I shall proceed with the briefing. Okay. Oh, did you? I don't think I've ever done that. Good, time is of the essence, so listen well. You will by now have heard that a suspicious individual has been seen prowling the Twelveswood, and if you may also be aware that the XIV activity has risen sharply in the region of late. What you may not know is that this increase coincided almost exactly with the first recorded sightings of the aforementioned individual. Suspecting a connection, we tightened our surveillance in hopes of tracking down an unknown visitor. Alas, our quarry is proving to be exceedingly elusive, almost as if he knows our movements ahead of time. But where whole units have failed, a lone adventurer may yet succeed. Acting independently and covertly, you may be able to close in on our quarry unnoticed. Fear and anxiety are beginning to take their toll upon the citizenry, Scarlet. For their sake, I ask that you aid us in the investigation. I am going to have to shut that hat off. You have my gratitude. With your help, I'm hopeful we will shed light upon this mystery. Begin your search at Lifemen Stumped. It is there that the majority of the sightings took place. Be forewarned, my people cannot offer you support lest our quarry catch scent of the presence and evade us yet again. Proceed with caution. Yeah, that's kind of the good thing, in my opinion, is that you get into it and you start having a good time. And then you don't pay that much attention. Yes, let's hide the head here. What do you want me to do? You don't offer me any gear, so I don't care. What do you do? You don't offer gear either. Let's see where all the mob is. Nope. Somebody's whispering me for trying to invite me to recon. Oh, this person is in the town actually. So what we're gonna do first and foremost, we're gonna go pop back into the city. We're gonna turn that in and pick up our class quest because every 5 levels you get a class/job. Yeah, that's the story quest that's up that way. But I picked up the side quest and I thought it was out here. It's not. But that's okay. There is a transmogrification of sorts in this game. It's called Glamoring, but you unlock it like at level 50. It takes forever, and it's actually kind of crafting based in that you have to get prisms from crafters and things that you then use to change the appearance of your items. I picked up that side chick though. The one that was like, hey girl. I was like, hey baby. Okay, so it's up here, close, yeah, it's pretty close to mechanics. So we'll go to conjures, then we'll go to mechanics. Yes, a lot of people RP on this game, but only on very specific servers is it common. The most common server for it to be on is a server called Balmong, which is it's an original legacy server that was part of this game, and it is so overfilled you can't get on it. It's impossible to get on it. So some other people have taken to rolling on other servers, but it's kind of just catching on. Though there is an RP tag that you can get to put next to your character to say, hey look, I plan to RP on this character. It's good to see you again, Scarlet. By the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain to see you've learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I'm glad. It is the wellspring of all our power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing, but many, and to call upon all without first knowing each conjure it is base magic. As part of your continuing education, it is my desire to that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to the blessed bud of North Shroud, and there partake in pure Nolanel's wisdom. The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and soil are all but unique among conjurers, and he is a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of earth. On Balmong, yeah. If you had this game like a long time ago and it's the same account and you still have the old character there, you should still be able to roll on that server because you kind of have a foot in the door. But otherwise, you won't make it on Balmong. But yeah, this game was really quite the game before it was a Realm Reborn. Okay, so you want I'm there for that glutton of a Lalafell eye, past the gate to the west to find Tree Speak Stables, and reserves the iron snout from the kind used in chocobo bridles. He's almost eating a chocobo bridle bit. Okay, fantastic. He looks after the chocobos there, you see, and it could well be that he is in need of that snaffle. Aha! I believe North Shroud is where it was sending me for that quest as well, so let's go this way. Yeah, that's the only thing, and they're trying to, there are a few servers right now that are up that are recommended servers, that they're trying to get people to kind of funnel into to help to, like, lessen the congestion on some of the bigger servers like Balmong and Sargatanis and things like that. And those servers have a buff that give you, like, double experience and such. I didn't choose to go there for that on this stream because you speed through things too fast. He's becoming probably a handful known Snaffle and her bridle. I don't know, after Bugger's gone and vanished. Our snaffles are made special, see, to fit each chocobo's beaks. Replacing even a tiny snaffle like the one in your... Bugger me, is that? Aye, 'tis the self-same one we lost. But why is it so sticky? Are those teeth marks? Stranger, I don't know what foul beast scob you found this in, or what Providence delivered you. The hero that slew it to me here today, but you've my deepest thanks. With this here snaffle, I can finally get back to training that yellow-feathered menace of mine. Take this with my thanks. Oh good, more horrendous yellow gear. Well, it could be worse. If I rolled in Lanosea, everything would be pink. Let's go over. Oh, big boy. Oh my. No. That right there is a level 50 monster called, which is a hunt. It's something you can do at level 50. That red icon next to his name means he will absolutely sting my face to death. I gotta go. Bye. But the facing in this game is important. If an enemy, most enemies that have eyes, are facing away from you, and they are hostile, they will not attack you. Because they can't see you. You found him. What can I do for you? So, Brother Isumiyan did bid you to come learn the element of Earth, that as well. Power of Earth is a solid foundation upon which Conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties, but I rather suspect the busy life and adventure would not afford the time required for such expanded discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of Earth firsthand in combat. Now mark me well, Scarlet, and do exactly as I command. East of here, the grounds of Treespeak Stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found the place, reach out and focus on the Earth's trauma, and attempt to commune with it as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feasts unseen upon the energy seeping from the wounded Earth shall then appear. Using the powers of conjuring, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of Earth will be revealed to you during the struggle. I trust you will return a wiser woman than she now who departs. Yes.
I gotta go start dinner.
Okay. Thank you. Love you too. Make sure you make the ground even before you put the grill up.
Okay.
Damn you, Kenny's off to cook dinner. Yeah, about half an hour left. Well, I mean, that happens with male Makote. At some point, they usually end up looking. There's a little mat around my face. Okay, so when you see like an interactable spot like this and it's purple, almost without a doubt, like purple means a bad guy's gonna pop out. Now, some sparklies that are white usually means that nothing's gonna pop out, but occasionally it will. Just as it was, but typically speaking. Now, obviously, if you do a lot of skipping the quest text and stuff, you can make this go quite a bit faster, but I definitely recommend, at least for the story, at least one time through, read it all, watch all the cutscenes. Like, it's a great story that's worth going through at least one time. I know it's time consuming, and if you're one of those, like, WoW players, it's like, go, 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 you know, I want to be max level right now. That's going to be kind of difficult for you, but it's really, really good. Okay, welcome back, Scarlet. The Elementals whispered of your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront the embodiment of Earth, to endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you permitted the Earth's energies to flow unimpeded and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the Earth's returning? Already the land begins to heal. Thanks to your actions, that field will once again bear bountiful crops. When next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of the Earth's fury and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you were paying attention, Sylphie. See this adventurer here? Scarlet came all the way from the Stillblade Fane just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from her example. If you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name, you must make an effort to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure already. See? You have a rare gift for healing, Sylvie. A wonderful gift. Yet there's more to being a conjurer than... But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sylphie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you yourself just experienced, she possesses the prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know a few conjurers who are equal to her in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child, and when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all that I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Isumi and tell him as much. Okay, so, in a way, this is kind of a jab at other MMOs and such. Because in Final Fantasy, damage done by tanks and healers, especially during progression, is incredibly important. And generally speaking, you are expected as a healer to do damage, but you're expected to kind of understand when it's appropriate. There's obviously going to be incredibly intense healing phases where trying to use the global cooldowns to do damage is just detrimental. But by and large, you are expected to heal, and there are many players like that character that simply say, it's not my job. It's not my job, I'm just supposed to be a healer. And in other games I've made the same argument myself, oh, that's not what I signed up for, I'm a healer, blah, blah, blah. But this game is actually set up with the idea that you are supposed to, in whatever downtime you may have, help the group with damage. So it's a little bit of a joke, but it's also an important, like, story thing. And every job does have a specific story quest, like, chain. And they're all different. And so, again, when you go back and level, you know, say you go through the game starting as a conjurer into white mage or whatever, and you finish it, you go back to level another class or job, it's going to be a different story, and it may be worth reading for you, because a lot of them are a lot of fun. Yes. It's... And I know there's a lot of games where if you've played other MMOs, that's going to be a foreign concept. It was to me for a really long time. Oh, I skipped a piece of dialogue. Yes, what else have you to report from a fledgling conjurer named Sylvie cast healing magic upon you? How kind of her. I must confess sharing Nolanel's frustration with the girl. See yourself a witness, Sylvie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appear to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of the earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or faintest breeze. I've tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of the power pose risk themselves and others, but to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature, and indulge in ever more reckless displays of power, there is every possibility she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. Ah, a thought occurs to me, Scarlet. It may be that your encounter with Sylvie was ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Mayhap she'll listen to you. When we have discussed our wayward young friend's education enough, let us speak instead of the one more willing pupils, namely you. Progress you have made does a great credit, Scarlet, though you are yet new to the art of conjuring, damn book. You are no stranger to nature's embrace. Considering all that you have learned, I hope you understand the true significance of these words. Let me try this on, because they're all pretty fuzzy, honestly. Level 9? Well, dang. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's kind of it, Swag. You hear that a lot. And when I first started playing, it's easier to get accustomed to when the appropriate time to DPS is, because things are less dangerous. I took the stance of, oh no, I'm supposed to be a healer and not a damage dealer, until I was somewhere in my 40s, and it was a mistake. Because at that point, people were like, why aren't you helping us? Why aren't you doing this? And I'm like, okay, so I would try. Lo and behold, I would get us all killed because I didn't understand where the opportunities were, or I'd be out of MP, or whatever. It's not a good time. And I don't heal in most games. I tank in most games, but I tend to main healer in this one. Though I do enjoy tanking, I enjoy most things in this game, so. And I'm honestly very biased to this game in that I can roll one character, and then I can really, really like that character, and if I want to play something else, I can pick it up on that same character. In World of Warcraft, I have a character I'm very attached to, my main character, so if I want to play something else, swapping characters almost feels like betraying them. And it's like, sort of wish I could swap around. It wouldn't work very well in that game. I'm not in my 40s, no. Not IRL or in this current character. Actually, not on the character I was speaking of, am I in my 40s anymore either. But when you get to... Once you finish the entire story for A Realm Reborn, and you are able to move into Heaven's Sword, 3 more classes open up, or jobs, as they are once you get to that level. And they are Dark Knight, which is a tank, Astrologian, which is a healer, and Machinist, which is a ranged DPS. Not a caster, but a ranged DPS. So, once you're able to open that, there are 3 healers available, 3 tanks available. The healers are the White Mage, the Scholar, and the Astrologian. The tanks being Paladin, Warrior, and Dark Knight. So, it is worth noting that you will in time be able to pick and change and whatever. When you get to Heaven's Sword and you do the chains to unlock those classes, those jobs, they start at level 30. However, once you hit level 50, if you own Stormblood and you go to Ul'dah, you can unlock Red Mage and Samurai, which are both DPS classes. And they start at level 50. Dark Knight is actually a really, really cool class. Alright. I am about to enter an instance battle. Instance battles occur only during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering Call of Duty. So this says you're about to enter it. These areas are reserved for important battles which feature unique environmental conditions or powerful boss enemies. Instance objectives can be confirmed in the duty list. For the duration of the battle, you will be unable to pass beyond the red line displayed on the field. You will automatically leave the instance once all quest objectives have been met. So let us proceed. When it's talking about with the level sync, if you're above level 9 or whatever, they want you to not be too powerful when you're coming into these. You get to be a scholar. You have to be an arcanist. Like, unless they changed it a ton. I think the way it works now, because you used to have to, for scholar, be level 30 arcanist, level 15 conjurer, but I don't think you have to be 15 conjurer anymore. And then at level 30, you'll be able to choose if you want to be a summoner or a scholar. And scholar's definitely the one you're probably going to like.
Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea. Really bad idea. It takes a lot less than that to incite the Green Wrath, you know? Why, the first time we came to the 12's Wood, we almost ended up as a stranger dinner, just for crashing our airship in the wrong place.
No, not this one.
It was all Papa Nemo's fault, of course. Though, it... You know her, Kuplo Cop?
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage. Isn't that right?
How are the readings?
same as the last. There is a disturbance here as well, and newly manifested at that. Kuplo-Ka seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Ever since the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow, and this sort of thing happens.
Oh, you mad? Oh, they all mad.
It seems we have little choice.
Alright. Yeah, pretty good. Let's just try it. Go ahead, same one that was here last. Which is cool. Could you not? Well, and true. Oh, Christ. Trying to do something. Oh, okay, so another thing that I want to show you is over on this side of my screen where it shows the targets. You see how two of the squares are red and one is green? I have the lowest threat on the green, but I have aggro on the other two. And I don't have aggro. Oh, I see. Alright, so this music's gonna be but yeah, on the side here is your aggro gauge or your enmity gauge. If it is red, you have aggro. The red flashing square, you get very clear. If you have green, you are the lowest you can be. Then there are orange and yellow in between. You go yellow and orange. Good you guys know. And then, and die. Oh my god. There we go. So you want to pay attention to that because in this game, healer threat is incredibly real, and DPS threat can definitely happen. You want to try to pay attention to that, and you want to try to pay attention to what your tank is attacking. Did I get it? Oh. It's driving me crazy, sorry. You went out my nose again. Seriously. That's the worst. God.
Hear, feel,
think.
A gnat.
Crystal Bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Strange.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
And not with your foot.
You fainted. A surfeit of ether, no doubt.
And what have we here?
Our culprit, it would seem, an Ixal. And no ordinary Ixal either. A chieftain. That they would venture this deep into enemy territory, the beastmen may indeed be acting under orders. This is Papalimo. We found
How
the
are
culprit.
we feeling then?
It was an Ixalan
Better?
chieftain.
Good.
Yes, we'll seek Brother Esumian's cooperation in the matter.
Giant
Does?
crystals?
Oh,
Can't say
loud,
I've seen any.
reckless. Much the same
Are you
as
sure
always.
you're feeling better?
Understood. Over and out. Kuplokop. Please bear word of these developments to Brother Esumian. We shall soon return to give a full report.
Understood. Over and out. Kupo!
Here is where we part ways. Till next time, take...
Oops. Come on.
I think that sword might be a clue. You should definitely pull it out and take it back to the Bannock. don't suppose that adventurer could see Kuplokop, do you?
And this occurs to you now? Yes, it seemed that way. Time will tell.
Well, time will have to, because you won't. You never tell me what's really going on. Unless... you don't know what's going on either.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I love those two so much. Okay. My assumption is that that noise was because I saw a dog. Okay, so back to turn this in. It is, according to the server, 6 o'clock. It is indeed 6 o'clock. My tablet is for some reason 8 minutes slow. It's connected to the internet. How is it 8 minutes slow? Kidding me? Okay. Let's go back, turn this in, and then we'll call it here for this week. But we will try to come back and do a little more, because I'd like to maybe not do a full playthrough, because it will take absolutely eons to get through. But I would like to come through and chip a little ways at the story, maybe get through the first handful of dungeons, you know, 2 or 3 of them. I think that would be kind of neat. Obviously, we're nowhere near ready for that today. Scarlet, it's good to see you back. One of our patrols sent word that you had been spotted doing battle with enraged tramps. I am relieved to find you were none the worse for the experience. But tell me, what were you able to discover at Lyson Stone? Here's the blade. Perhaps some stuff. Sword in the stump and a dead Ixal? I can say with absolute certainty that this blade is of Ixali origin. It is of a kind used exclusively in the Beastmen's rituals. The Ixal rarely set foot in the Central Shroud, so tight is our guard over the area. What purpose could have driven them to take such a risk? I fear something is afoot. What's that? A dubious couple sporting peculiar spectacles? Ha ha ha. So you've finally been acquainted with Ida and Papalymo. Lay your suspicions to rest. Gridania counts them amongst her staunchest allies. Both are scholars hailing from a distant land, and have been with us since before the calamity. Their garb may appear outlandish, but their exchange is baffling. But never once have they given us cause to doubt them. By the way, if you played the story, please no spoilers for anybody. I want this adventure to be fresh. Indeed, they often assist the gods Quiver and the Wood Whalers in their work, much as I hope you will in the days to come, Scarlet. Although our unknown visitor eludes us still, owing to your efforts, we have acquired important intelligence on the Ixali threat. You have my gratitude. We are fortunate indeed to have a capable adventurer such as you aiding us. Pray you will continue to serve the people of Gridania in whatever capacity you are able. Okay, so let's accept the next quest, which will give us a weapon. That's cool. Galfred, okay, what does he say? A word if I may. There's a difficult matter in which I could use your assistance. Allow me to explain. The nearby river has home to a colony of Black F's, whom I sent a party of recruits to slay. Yet scarcely a bell after I had done so, the youngsters returned, hysterical yet noticeably bloodied, and loudly bemoaned their misfortune at ever having been sent to contend with such hell's-born horrors. Pitiful. My great-grandmama could dispatch an Eft with her walking stick and a harsh word. That such a task could cow a whole party of able-bodied men and women is beyond belief. I would have you show these quivering milksops how it's done. Make your way to the river and put down 4 of the creatures. Okay, but what we're going to do is go into our things, and we are going to use our return spell, go back to the city, which is on... It's 900 seconds, so like half it. I'm not going to do the math right now, but it's like 25 minutes half now. We can't use an inn yet because we haven't gotten that far in the story or level. But you are still in basically a rested area when within cities. Though once you can use an inn, you get much more rested experience built up. The inn will be in this main building here with Mother Mion. Our next quest for Conjure will be at level 10, and shortly thereafter we should be able to do our first guild test, which is like a mini dungeon sort of a thing, and they're used to teach you your role, how to properly tank heal, whatever. We should get to that point no problem next time we come back. I don't know that it will be next Tuesday, but I may plan for it to be next Tuesday. We'll have to see how things go. I will be back on Thursday between 3:30 and 4, probably closer to 4 with the way things have been around here lately. Back up with Neo. We're going to see if we can't knock out. We're going to have to do a little bit of farming and stuff. Come back and see what we can't knock out. And so I hope you have a great evening tonight. If you're going out to watch fireworks, I hope they're wonderful. I hope if you're barbecuing that it's delicious food and whatever. So I hope your 4th is wonderful. I hope your Wednesday is wonderful, and I look forward to seeing you Tuesday or Thursday should you be available to come watch. Thanks everyone so much for coming out and watching. There were a decent amount of you. I hope anything that I said on this stream was remotely helpful to new players and maybe gave you kind of a glimpse into the game. And trust me, this just barely scraped the surface. So, you know, I love all you guys. Thank you again, Dat, my main girl, for coming by. It's so cool to see you here. And I love all you guys. So thanks again. I'll see you on Thursday.